Synthetic phonics. Why it is the most effective way to teach children to read English. I am Tami Reis-Frankfort from Phonic Books. What is synthetic phonics? Synthetic phonics is a method of teaching children to read English. Children are taught to sound out letters of a word and to push the sounds together to read the word. Research shows that synthetic phonics is the most effective method to teach children to read. It is now government policy in the UK. What does synthetic mean? Pushing sounds together is also called synthesizing or blending sounds into a word. For example, at, mat. This method is called synthetic phonics because the reader synthesizes all the sounds together into a word. Why we need a different approach to teaching reading. Concerns about the levels of literacy in the English-speaking world have prompted governments to seek the most effective method of teaching reading. In 2006, the Jim Rose report, commissioned by the UK government, concluded that of all the methods used in schools, synthetic phonics is the most effective. Why is English so difficult? English is a difficult language to learn to read and spell. This is because it has adopted many words from other languages, but has kept the spellings from these languages. Here are some examples of languages that English has adopted words from: Greek, Latin, German, French, and Saxon. More sounds than letters. This has resulted in a complex spelling and reading system that has the following features. The English alphabet has 26 letters, but the English language has 44 sounds. Letters are reused and combined to spell the extra sounds. For example, the letter S spells the sound S, and H spells the sound H. But when combined, S and H spell a new sound, sh. Sounds spelled by more than one letter. In simple spelling systems, a sound in a word is spelled with one letter. In English, a sound can be spelled with 1 to 4 letters. For example, in the word cat, the sound k is a 1-letter spelling. In the word ship, the sound sh is a 2-letter spelling. In the word night, the sound I is a 3-letter spelling. In the word through, the sound oo is a 4-letter spelling. One sound, different spellings. Some sounds can be spelled in different ways. For example, take the sound E. It can be spelled in several ways. E in the word me, IE in the word chief, I in the word variation, EE in the word keep, Y in the word funny, EO in the word people, EA in the word seat, EY in the word key, E split E in the word Eve, and EI in the word receive. One spelling, different sounds. Some spellings can be pronounced in different ways. For example, the letter A is pronounced differently in these words. In the word ant, the letter A is pronounced A. In the word any, the letter A is pronounced E. In the word April, the letter A is pronounced A. In the word want, the letter A is pronounced O. In the word about, the letter A is pronounced A. Step-by-step progression. This is all very confusing for beginner readers, so reading in English needs to be taught systematically. Like learning maths, English needs to be taught starting with the simple spellings to the more complex ones with step-by-step progression. Methods of teaching reading. There are 3 ways to teach children to read English. Whole words, memorizing words by their shape. Can you read this word by its shape? I'll have a go. Onychophagy. Onychophagy. It means biting one's nails. I couldn't read it by its shape. I had to break it up into syllables and sounds. Part words. Breaking up words like k, at. Sounds in words. Sounding out all the sounds in the word and pushing them together. K, a, t, cat. This method is the synthetic phonics method. A successful reading strategy for any word. With synthetic phonics, a child is taught how to work out any new word they encounter, starting from the word cat all the way to the word catastrophic. Being able to work out new words is essential for beginner readers, as many words they read are new. Synthetic phonics, what children are taught. Children are taught by being given the tools they need to become confident readers and spellers. They learn to recognize letters and the sounds those letters spell. They learn to push sounds together into a word. Once they can read the word, they learn to link the words in the sentence to gain meaning from the sentence. They learn to break up words into sounds and write letters to represent those sounds when they spell. Reading phonic books. While children are learning the letters and sounds, they need to practice reading with books that follow the same step-by-step progression. If they are given books with words they cannot read, they will guess. Guessing is not reading. These books are called phonic books or decodable books, as the reader can decode them at each stage as they learn to read. Reading from the very beginning. The child can start to read with only a few letters of the alphabet. Here's a book that a child can read once the sounds and the letters for s, a, t, I, have been taught. Reading success. What a great sense of achievement the child will feel when he or she reads independently from the very beginning. How do phonic books help children learn to read? When children read a phonic text, which is matched to their level, they practice what they have learned. Learn to rely on successful strategies. Learn to read accurately. Gain confidence. Experience success. Enjoy reading. Phonic books are now used in the UK. This is why schools in the UK are now required to use phonic reading books while children are learning to read. This also applies to children who fall behind and need extra support. Older children who are struggling with reading need phonic reading books that are age appropriate. Specialists in phonic reading books. Phonic Books Limited specializes in publishing synthetic phonic reading books for young readers and older struggling readers. To find out more about synthetic phonics and phonic reading books, visit www.phonicbooks.co.uk.